Hi everyone, thanks for joining today. So please take a moment to scan the QR code you see on the screen. You're used to it, but it will open a digital pad where you can submit your questions and remarks throughout the conference, and then I'll make sure to address as many of them as possible after the conference. So, my name is Caroline, and for the past 6 years, I've had the opportunity to work as a business analyst with hundreds of companies, helping them through their implementation with Odoo. I've worked with companies of all sizes and across a wide variety of business. So from the two guys crafting bicycles in their garage to the large-scale IT corporation in Spain. And in this work, you meet a lot of different people, CEOs, admin staff, accountants, etc. And obviously they all have different concerns. Yet they share one common challenge, which is a constant flood of documents in. So they receive invoices, expenses, they receive work application, they receive contract, business proposal, etc., etc. And so they all come with three key concerns, which is first, they want to know how we can help them reduce the click. And if you think about it, there is a lot of clicks when you sort your document. You need to download the attachment, you need to save it, rename it, sort it into the right file, repeat. And as any repetitive task, it's very prone to error. At some point, someone is going to make a mistake and missort the document, and then you can start the quest for the right document. And you know the feeling when you open your download folder and you're looking for an invoice, and all the invoices are just named invoice, bracket 1, bracket 2, and then you're good to open each one of those documents and visually scan it until you find the right one, hopefully. So the cost of mistake is high. And then, of course, everyone wants to be faster, so they want to reduce the backlog and they want to be the fastest as possible. And to be honest, until now, we had no really effective solution for that, because what we were proposing was to forward email into an inbox or a mail alias, so you can ease the creation and the downloading of the, the uploading of the file into the document app. Or we could also propose to massify the process, so you can select a lot of records at the same time and then mass process it into bills or invoices. Yet you still need to prepare the document beforehand, and still you need to pay the cost of mistake, because at some point you are going to make a mistake. But that's now, and today I'm very, very excited to show you how you can really ease the flow using the document AI automation. So this document automation is really a good candidate actually for AI, because it's a very repetitive task, and AI doesn't get any tired doing repetitive task. It doesn't mind doing it. Secondly, AI is faster than any human being, so you can really process your backlog very fast, and it's unlikely to make mistake if you prompt it very well. So that is really the key. You need to work on your prompt in order to avoid having mistakes. So let's prompt it, okay? So here, for the ones who are meeting for the first time with our document app, so this is my Odoo dashboard, and document app is really like a drive. So you can really think about it as a drive, which is divided into three main workspaces. So you have the company workspace where you can store the document that you want to share with your employees. Of course, they can have some sensitive data or confidential information, so you can restrict the access to some folder based on user access rights. Then you have My Drive section, where you can keep the document that you want to keep private for you, or you can also share it with some specific people, and in this case, it will appear in their Shared With Me drive. That's it. You want to think about it as a flow of documents. So documents are coming in the application app through the inbox, and then they get sorted into the right folder, and then the system, because it's connected to other apps like accounting, purchase, etc., you can process it into the database and even create invoices or supplier bills. So What you want to do first is, of course, to set up a mail alias, like I did here, and so you can send documents to your database, forward them, and the system will just create documents here in the document app, and then process it. With the AI now, what will happen is that as soon as I will drag and drop a document here in the folder, the system will try to trigger the Odoo AI if set. So let's just review the prompt here. So each folder can have a specific prompt and set of instruction, of course, which can be checked here in the auto-sort feature. So basically, this is the standard prompt that you will find if you don't set up any other prompt, but I'm going to just remove it. Because it is my inbox, the inbox is really meant to organize and pre-sort, let's say, the different documents. So what I want to do is tell the system what to do with invoices, what to do with legals, etc., etc. So I'm just going to say one, AI loves numbers, so try to number if possible your prompts. If the document is an invoice, then sort it to my, and here I'm going to open some tools. So we have two different tools that we can use with AI, which is either select a field and then have the action triggered depending on the value of the field, or even point to a specific record, which is what I'm going to do. I want to point with a specific folder, and my folder is the finance folder. Insert, and then move to the second one, which is if the document is legal or contract, send it to my, and here, folder. And again, record, and it will be legal. Okay. Something important that we often forget with AI, best practice is to always think about the case where it's not either an invoice or a legal, it's anything else. So here, I would say that if it is anything else, send it to, and we want to keep a human in the loop here, so I'm going to send it to my to review folder, and I know that there I will find any document I need to manually review. So just saving it. And here, well, let's just upload documents. So here they are. I have a bunch of documents that I'm going to send here. Okay. So first, I've uploaded my an agreement. It was moved directly to my legal folder. I can upload just one more. So, for example, could upload this invoice. Okay. Now, and it was correctly moved to my finance folder. So here, opening the finance, it's right there. Because I have not set any rules for my finance folder so far, it will stop there and not do anything else, okay? Now, back to my invoice. Still, there is another thing that I want to do. Sometimes I get collated documents, so it's one PDF file with a bunch of documents in it. And then I want I want the AI to recognize it and for example, add a specific tag, so I know that if there is the tag toSplit set of on my document, I need to review it. So I'm going to add a pre-prompt here. Whoops, one, which is first check if my check the file. Check if the file, let's say, if the file contains a single document, or if several documents are collated together. For this, we are going to point a field it will use, and depending on the value of the field, it will trigger the tag or not. So for this, use the field. And there is a field called multi-page, is considered multi-page. Insert. And then 1.1. If the field, if it is true, let's say, then add the tag to split. Important here, my tag, so respect the case, like lowercase, uppercase, it's important. Then add the tag to split and stop there. And if it's not false, then add, then continue, sorry, with the normal process. Now, just renumbering this, 3, 4. Now, I need to point an action that the AI will do in order to execute a specific code to add the correct tag. So here it's my AI add tag. So we have several AI actions that will execute the AI and sort correctly the documents. So I'm going to save it and now add. So now it's reading the documents and indeed it added the tag to split. So I know that I need to select my document and then go to Action Split PDF. Here I can move around the scissors and I'm going to just split it. There we go. And now either I can let the AI trigger again the action auto sort, which will be triggered once every day or more if you want to, but I can also obviously trigger it manually. Here, sort with AI button, and then let the AI sort it to the right folder. Now let's go further, because now that the AI is sorting in the right folder, I want to go into the different folders here, so to my finance, and I would like to ask the AI to now go further and trigger, create the invoice or the bills depending on the type of document. So again here, auto sort. So first, I'm going to help the AI recognize whether it is a supplier bill or a customer invoice. So first, if the customer on the document is me, so I'm using the field company name, then it means that it is a vendor bill. And so I want the AI to trigger the vendor bill action, which is an action standard in Odoo documents. I'm just going to add here, just in case it helps. Whoops. So the name and also field selector, company email. There we go, insert, okay. Then, second, if the customer is anyone else, create a customer invoice. And here, you can see that the action that I can let the AI take is move to folder, which is not really important in this case, but it can create a customer invoice and it can also create a vendor bill. And I don't need to move it to finance because it's already in there. Okay, just correcting my typo here, save. Now, for several documents, what I would like is to keep a human in the loop, because for some documents, for example, invoices above 500 euros, let's say, I would like someone to manually review it before the system would trigger any bill or any invoice. So let's add here a prompt, again, pre-prompt here, that would say, check the total amount of the invoice. If it exceeds 500 euros, create or trigger an approval activity and stop there. And 1.2, if it doesn't continue with the normal process. So now I need to tell the AI what is the action that it can take, and I'm going to create here an approval activity. So I think that there is not, so just create and edit. Ops approval activity. Here, create an activity. The activity type would be a to-do, title to review. I'm going to assign a specific user, which is me. And just important, allow the use in AI. And then a short explanation, it creates an activity to review the documents. Save. Now, there is, again, a best practice here is to think about the case where the AI wouldn't actually fetch the total amount, or there is no total amount on the document. What should the AI do? So again, here there is a third case, which is if you don't find the total amount, I could ask it to trigger an approval activity as well, and stop there. Okay? Save. Oops, just. Okay. Let's trigger this manually. So, ops, sort with AI. So now what the AI is doing is digitalizing the document, then to transform it in text, and also it's visually scanning the document to recognize whether it's an invoice or another document. It's also trying to fetch the total amount. So here we can see that there are two actions that were created, so two activity for me. And for other records, there was a customer invoice that was triggered. So we are going to review it as soon as it's finished. So here I got my approval activity because indeed opening the document, the total is way above 500 euros. Same for this one, and opening here the sales. So here I have two different documents that are invoices, and if I click there, allow the chatter, I can here check the draft invoice that was automatically processed by the system. I can digitize the document and then fetch all the information and just confirm it. So what we've seen so far is we can auto-sort the inbox into different folders. We can here in our finance folder trigger actions, trigger bills, trigger invoices, and also create some safety nets. Now I can go further and even go into my legal documents here, and I can again prompt it. And here say something like, my legal document is divided into 3 different subfolders. There are the contracts, the NDA, and the insurance. So if the document is an insurance contract, send it to the, and then again folder insurance, insert, and then is an NDA, send it to NDA. Okay, save. I'm going to sort it with AI. Okay, it was sorted into legal. Okay, so it was not recognized actually at this point, so I'm just going to add here, if the document is a contract, send it to contracts. And here I have a lot of different contracts, so I can just do search more. And here, check the contract depending on the folder. As I have a lot of employee, I have a lot of contracts here. But just fetching the legal, there we go. Insert, save. And again, sort with AI. That's it. So, you get no more time for what matters, meaning growing your business. So the clicks, you can completely avoid it by letting the AI work for you. The files, the AI is way faster than any human being into processing those files. And then the quest, you just need to prompt your AI properly. There are a lot of best practice there, and you need to really learn and try. There is a learning curve there, but everything will be at their right place. So thanks a lot, and I'm ready for your questions.
Thanks a lot, Caroline. We're going to jump right away to the questions because we don't have a lot of time left. First of all, could you let us know if we need to get credits, like paid credits, to use the AI?
No, you don't. So here, the AI is connected to the configuration settings, so it's here in the AI. So you just need to use your GPT account or a Gemini or GPT account, but you don't need any credits.
Okay. Could you make a comparison between the AI and the OCR in terms of document processing? Could we use the AI instead of using the OCR?
Yes, so here we are not using the OCR at all. We are really using the AI, like when you submit a file to Gemini or ChatGPT or document, and it will recognize it. In terms of OCR, the technology is completely different. We are not using OCR in this case.
And does Odoo provide some kind of list of prompt examples that customers could use
yes.
to create actions?
So here in the document, you've got whenever you want to create a new, you've got the auto sort. So you've got some prompts. You can also go to download some data, some demo data, and in the demo we have a list of prompts. But honestly, the best is really to do it yourself and do it in a structured way. So you need to think to go simple, like inbox, you want to store it like this, and then you move to the next folder, etc. And a best practice is actually to submit your prompt to an AI and ask it if there is any defect in your flows or any flows in your prompt, so that it can review it and give it advices.
Okay. Is there any limitation in terms of document that can be loaded and in terms of rules that can be made?
Yes, there are limitation, but it's not linked to AI, it's more linked to storage, and can be found on our website because it depends on your hosting, SaaS, SH, and on-premise it's really different.
Okay. And I assume that the number of documents can also impact the loading processing of the AI?
Well, you could see when there is one document, it's actually almost instantly processed, but when there is more, it takes some time, and today it takes more time.
Can the AI also make rules based, for instance, on the email address of the sender?
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Could the AI also make rules based on the email address of the sender? For instance, saying, okay, if this comes from this email address, do that?
Possibly, I don't know. We would need to check if the field is actually fetched in the document. We can check after. Sure.
Is there also a way to find a list of all the sorts that have been made in the system?
Honestly, I have no idea, and again, we can talk about this after.
Okay. Does it also work with Excel files or other types of format?
I think so, but where's the test? But I think so. Just like GPT, actually, if it works with Gemini or GPT, it would work here as well.
Can the AI split document automatically and, for instance, also delete blank pages?
No. No.
Okay. We are running out of time, so can you simply just remind us where we can find you later on if we have some extra questions?
Yeah, so the room is over there. So there is a desk, AI desk, where you can ask your question. Otherwise, I'm just staying here at the end of the talk, just over there.
Perfect. Thank you so much.